quilty friends. Welcome to week 4 of the Lilian Star Quilt Along. I'm excited that you're back. And today we're going to talk about one of my most favorite things, chain piecing. And it wasn't too long ago that I actually learned how to do this. So today we're going to learn about one of the more basic ways to chain piece, setting out all of your blocks with the pieces all on top of each other in the shape of your block. So let's get started. Okay, so here's the first way that I'm going to show you how to chain piece. So I have the block all laid out the way that it's supposed to be oriented. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put down the pieces on top of it for a second block. And you can put down as many blocks on top of each other as you want to. But for this one, I'm just going to do 2 blocks. So there's those. And this kind of helps me remember which way the half square triangles go because I get kind of directionally challenged. It's kind of funny, but this is a helpful way I figured out to keep things straight. Okay, so those are done. And we'll do these pretty ones on the edge. Okay, then we just have the ones in the center and we're good to go. Okay, so to chain stitch these babies up, I'm going to take one from each stack on the way down. This one is upside down. It's hard with these lighter prints. Okay, so I'm gonna make my little mini stack. So the one on the top row goes on top, and then I just go down to the bottom. And I'll keep this straight and just set it right here, and then do the same with the next column. Okay, and then I'll go down the next column. Okay, and the last one. Okay, so now you have 4, I'm going to scoot this up just so I can show you. You have 4 little stacks from each column. So I will take these 2 to my machine and fold and sew over first, and then I will follow up with these 2 and I'll show you. Okay, so I've brought those little stacks over to my sewing machine. Here are the stacks from column 1, column 2, column 3, and column 4. So I'm going to take the stack from column 2 and just stick it over here. Column 1 is right here. I'm just going to move those up so that I keep my eye on them, but they're not going anywhere. So to chain stitch, these are both the top squares from columns 1 and 2. So match that up. Okay, and then the second square. And I just kind of try to match these up on the bottom as well as I can. Okay, and then I'm warning you, chain piecing is super addicting. So once you start, you can't stop. And once you find out how quick it is to finish a quilt, it's so fun. Okay, so I've sewn together the squares on columns 1 and 2, so I'm ready for the squares from column 3. And that is this little stack right here. So I'm going to take that and sew it onto all of the squares in column 2. And I'll just try to line those up as best as I can. Okay, one more. Okay, and then we'll sew on the last column, and we'll be done with this block for right now. Almost there. And the last one. Okay, so here's the funny thing. I just ran out of thread right there, so we're going to pretend that these are connected. Sometimes when you're playing thread chicken, you don't quite make it. But as you can see, we've got most everything connected and ready to take to the ironing board and press open these seams. Okay, so after teaching you that fun tip, which you may already know, I'm a little worried that you're gonna finish really quick now, which is totally fine. But once you start chain piecing, you can't stop. So next week, I'm gonna show you the way that I chain pieced a queen size quilt, 30 blocks. So I'll just show you the basic way with a smaller amount of blocks, but you'll get the idea. So we'll see you next week.